Hey guys, how's it going? Tim here from Droid Life, and today we have the LG G Flex on AT&T. The device isn't yet released on AT&T, but it is coming soon, and LG was kind enough to send us over a G Flex. And the G Flex is pretty special, given its curved display design and, the rear-facing keys and all that, 13 megapixel camera. I mean, essentially it's kind of like a G2, except a little bit bigger. And, of course, it has that massive 6-inch curved display. So, as we can see from the box here, pretty plain. No specs or anything, just a little picture on the back, G Flex. Just pretty plain AT&T orange and white box. So, here it is right here. And AT&T hopes we love our new G Flex. So, let's, and of course, texting and driving, it can wait. I'll power it on, but then I'm going to place it on the side, and yeah, you power it on by the rear-facing keys. We're going to get to that, though. We just want to see what else is in the box. Your standard quick start guide. Ooh, lots of paper. We have micro USB charger, adapter. Now let's see, anything else in here? Nope, that'll do it. But I have made a mess. Naturally, it's what I do best. Put the paper back in, and let's get to the phone. Alright, you over there. You over here. So here she is. For specs, we're looking at 6-inch HD, so it's 720p, not 1080. P OLED, so it's plastic OLED display. 2.26 gigahertz Snapdragon 800 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, a 3500 milliamp hour battery, 13 megapixel rear-facing camera right here, flash. 4G LTE connectivity, and I believe it's running Android 4.2.2, and the frame itself is only 8.7 millimeters thin. So I mean, it's quite thin. Actually, it's surprisingly thin. This is my first time getting my hands on it. We were able to do a hands-on at CES, but of course this one is for a review, so we're going to be able to really dig into this device. I want to take off the plastic, but they really kind of got it on there. So here's that self-healing back, which I know Kellen did a little bit on. We've done videos on that before from MKBHD, where he really kind of digs in there like with a key, and pretty interesting stuff, and it just heals right up. And so let's get this plastic off for 2 seconds. The curved display, I'm telling you, is not helping. There we go. Alright, so texting and driving, you can most certainly wait. Let's see if I can bump up the brightness here really quickly. Brightness. There we go, 100. So, as we can see, we have a translucent notification bar, which is quite nice. And again, this is my first time getting on the G Flex, so the curved display is kind of, I want to say it's throwing me off, but it's definitely neat. Here's LG's beautiful skin, and even with the Snapdragon 800 and 2 gigs of RAM, I'm sure this phone is going to fly. I mean, like I said, it's kind of like a G2, and the G2 is probably, we all know, it's one of the best performing devices on the market. So I'm going to go real quickly into the settings here and confirm that we're running Android 4.2.2. Go into General here. This reminds me a lot of Samsung's UI, except on Samsung's UI you have to tap each individual one. With LG's we can actually just swipe right through the menus, which is super nifty. Especially on a display of this size, you don't want to have to always reach up and all over. And luckily I have decently sized hands, so I can kind of manage with one-hand operation here. Back to the size real quick. This phone, I can already tell you, because it's curved and doesn't have a massive amount of metal surrounding it, already feels a lot better than the HTC One Max, which I think has a 6.4-inch display, and that phone is just absolutely, it's too big, too massive. So under software version here, we're running, Android 4.2.2. So, don't show again. So, on-screen keys, NFC, 4G LTE. The phone should be great. I think for some people it's just going to be a little bit too big. And we'll take a little outside tour here. Front-facing camera, speakers, of course. Along the bottom here, micro USB, mic. You have your headphone jack right down here on the bottom. On the left side, you have your SIM tray right up at the top. You have a speaker right there. 13 megapixel back-facing camera with an IR blaster right here. LED flash on the side, volume up, and a power button, and then a volume down. So this rocker, which we've seen on the G2 variants, and that have already been in America. So people should already kind of be used to it. On the top, just a mic, and that about wraps it up. This phone we're going to be giving the full review treatment. So if you can't get enough G-Flex, don't worry, we're going to have plenty of it. I don't know if we're going to be taking keys to the back and seeing if it's self-healing, but I can definitely tell you, oh yeah, just by pressing it down a little bit, it's definitely, it's flexible. I like to just be overly cautious with my devices though, especially if it's a review device, that I'm going to be sending back. I'm not going to go ham on it and just try and snap it. But there you go, you can see a little bit of the curve, and pretty gorgeous device, I must say. If this was maybe 5.2 inches, this would probably be my daily driver, just because I know LG's camera sensors are quite decent, and the specs are there. So either way, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down below. Subscribe to Droid Life on YouTube, and we'll catch you on the site. Droid Life. Peace.